How's it going out there? It's Friday. It's time again for home trivia. Let's try to get this mic adjusted. Test. There we go. Why are we still here on a Friday? Because we're still not working on Fridays. So we're still here on Fridays. As always, the trivia will be starting shortly. Well, it'll be starting at 7 o'clock. If you need a bucket to play in tonight's game, go outside your house, find a bucket, bring that inside, use that to play in tonight's trivia game. And we'll be starting at 7 o'clock. There's that part where I do the adjustments to the sound. Checking my headphone levels. The awkward thing is that since it's still sunlight outside, you can see the brightness coming in from the window over here. But it will go away before this game is over. You don't have all the lights in this room on, but now an awkward situation that happened last week is after I was done here on Friday. As I mentioned last week, I was going to watch Justice League, so I went to the living room, put on Justice League. I'm sitting there, and then I get a notification. Patrick Trick Nasty would like to share a live feed with you. Well, I guess maybe he's watching Justice League. He wants me to watch him react to Justice League live or something. I'm like, I check. He's watching this game, last week's version of this game, on a replay, because obviously it wasn't live anymore, and answering the questions to himself in the middle of the living room, or wherever he was in his house. And he wanted me to watch him watch me. And that just felt a little too awkward. I felt like we were in a threesome, and part of that threesome was myself. So I was in a threesome with myself and Trick Nasty, and it was just awkward. So I got out fast. I'm not sure at the end if he came or not, but he did say he would fuck Hector.
Fuck Hector!
Today is March 26th, so by the time we start next week's game, it'll already be April. I believe we are now in what I'm calling the countdown period. The rumor with Sandbar is 3 more weeks. I say 4. Why 4? I don't know. I'm shooting for... My hopes are the first Friday of May. Whatever day that falls on. Maybe it'll be sooner, and then I'll be happier. But at least from now to May, I'm expecting to still be here, still pass by there, see if any tables have been put in place. Place looks nice. I saw it last Saturday. Went in there. Brett told me we should be opening in a couple weeks. Well, sure, I'll be in touch in the next couple weeks. So that's a positive. I'll be in touch in the next couple weeks means he's calling me to come back. My worry was that they would decide to just move forward without me. So if that was the case, I wanted to hear that too. But luckily, I heard the positive, so I didn't have to ask any questions. And when we're back in Sandbar, then we have to make a decision. What happens to home trivia? A lot of the people who play home trivia are Sandbar people. I know they've formed teams around the country, but if the main people who would normally go to Sandbar are no longer there to get the team together, would the rest of the nation still play? Or do we do it on Tuesdays? But if we do it on Tuesdays, we're just playing Friday's game again, and those same people would already know the answers. So see, there's a lot of dilemmas going on here. Or do we do like the Tonight Show and just wrap it up in one studio and move across the hall to the other studio and go back to the way things used to be? And we'll just do these occasionally. You know, whenever the Hurricanes are playing and there's no trivia, we'll do it from home instead. I don't know. I figure we got about a good 3 to 4 weeks to figure that out. But for sure, I'm here today, and for sure, I'll be here next Friday. Well, I mean, not for sure, but the plan is for me to be here next Friday. I mean, God forbid something doesn't happen, but Victor in the house. I see a lot of the people up in the upper part of the county are getting fully vaccinated. So I'm hoping to see some of you on Wednesday, or if not this Wednesday, the next Wednesday, but in a Wednesday soon at the Bend. I'm also here by myself, so I feel awkward just talking to my camera. I'm staring at a little white dot. And I see myself right under the white dot. I'm on my own screen. I'm basically staring at myself. So I guess this was the threesome with Patrick last week, where he was watching me, watching him, watching me. Don't know if any good movies are coming out this week. After this, it's Falcon and Winter Soldier again. Then I'm not even sure what if we have anything else to watch tonight. As far as the biking, I've ridden 100 miles a week for the last couple of weeks in a row. So the way I do that is I do 15 miles one day, 20 the next, 15, then 20. I alternate that. That gives me a total of 70 miles by the end of those 4 days. Whatever 4 days they turn out to be. It could be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever 4 days in the week I do that. And then on Saturday I do a 30-mile ride. And that's where I usually get pizza and I go to the Grove. That's how I've come up with the 100-mile ride. I've done that already, I think, 3 or 4 weeks in a row now. So I got my 70, and tomorrow I'll do my 30. Kevin in the house. I saw Kevin last Saturday at Kennedy Park. He was out biking with his wife. I was out biking by myself. He caught me in that after Cazola's slice, but getting the frosted lemonade over at Kennedy Park. We hung out there for a little bit, and then I went to Sandbar. He went the other way, and that's when I found out Sandbar will be opening in a few weeks. And they said, we'll be in touch in a few weeks, which is a positive answer. I also heard Alan's been hanging out at Taurus. So I guess Linda finally did get him out of the house, but still, she still has to deal with him. So at the end of this game, as always, we will have thoughts and prayers for Linda. And again, the music is being brought to you by Copyright-Friendly Music Free on Facebook for your live feeds. It's shitty, it sounds like crap, but it's all we can play, because if I play a regular song, I get copyright strike, then the videos get taken down. So in order to keep these games up and the videos to go through and not get knocked off our feed, we have to play this shitty music. Copyright-friendly music brought to you by Facebook. It's Flip. Flip in the house. Flip, are you coming back to be the captain anytime soon? Your team hasn't been there. You haven't been there. So therefore, there has been no captain to lead the way at the bend. 2 minutes. Dos minutos. Another thing I'm considering, those of you who have not been to the in-person games, one of the changes we made is in the raffle, instead of you dancing your way up to get prizes, is I've been taking the prize to the winners. You signal that you won and I bring it to you. However, I am considering starting in maybe in May, maybe the middle of April, is going back to dancing your way up here for prizes. That was more fun. Michael Robinson. Also, once I know for sure about Sandbar, one of the changes I want to make there is, since we can't do a chug-off safely, is incorporate the raffle there, which we've never done before. That's always been a every other bar thing. And then at least all the games will be the same. And then we can bring the chug-off back once it's safe to do so. All right, 7 o'clock. Let's get started. Whoever's here is here. I'm here. All right, it's Friday. 7 o'clock. It's time now for Home Trivia. If you don't have a bucket to play in tonight's game, go outside your house, find a bucket, bring that inside, and use that to play in tonight's game. Otherwise, go get the little garbage can in the bathroom, bring that over, and use that to play tonight's game. Right now, let's get started by going over the rules of tonight's game.
It's Friday, you bastards.
As always, we have a one-player minimum because you need to be at least one person in order to play. But if you are near people you don't know and you haven't been vaccinated, stay 6 feet apart. Even if you have been vaccinated, if they haven't been vaccinated, stay 6 feet apart. That is the CDC rule, regardless of what Ted Cruz says. Also, even if you have been vaccinated, wear a mask until you know for sure the people around you have also been vaccinated. Of course, around me, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I was going to wear the shirt that says breaking news. I don't care. All right, grab 3 sheets of paper, number them 1 through 10, or grab one big piece of paper and make 3 columns, 1 through 10 each. That's 1 for each round, as you know. And if you have a funny team name or an inappropriate team name you want me to read on here, or embarrass myself, or embarrass you, or embarrass one of your friends, go ahead and write it in the comments, and if I catch it, I'll read it out loud here. Especially you, Alex. You used to come up with some good ones, and I haven't seen a funny team name from you guys in a while. Other than last week with Joshua Fish's bunk beds. That was pretty good. I like that one. All right, feel free to scream and shout the answers all you want, because you're home, I'm home, we're all home, we're still home, and we're still not back at Sandbar, so nobody can hear you, I can't hear you, and the people you're playing against can't hear you, so scream and shout all you want. No looking up the answers. If you know the answer, please do not post the answers in the comments. Let the people who are playing figure it out on their own. Don't post the answer in the comments. You're supposed to write them on a piece of paper, not post it in the comments. Remember, you're playing with yourself, so you would only be cheating yourself, because we have no prizes to give out. Questions round 1 are worth 1 point each. Questions round 2 are worth 2 points each. Questions round 3 are worth 5 points each. And you're playing for nothing. We have nothing to give away, nothing going your way. But if you can, and this hasn't happened in a long time, probably months now, but if you do happen to feel inspired, go ahead and take a picture of yourself with, the screen in the background, or your paper, whatever, something trivia related. Tag at Trivia Miami on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And if I catch it, I'll share it here next week. We're also going to pull out our stubs and dance in the Lucky SOB raffle, which here at home means son of a Bernie. Let me find that bucket. Here it is, the raffle tickets. Here's our legal disclaimer. If you can read small and fast, you can read that thing. I should actually read that one day. I wrote that so long ago. It's probably outdated. All right, again, any little bit helps. You want to help me out, that's my Venmo, that's my Cash App. I know by now all of you have gotten your stimulus money, so you can throw a little bit this way. Help me feed these kids. You've seen the girl. She's really skinny. The little boy doesn't grow. He's still the same height. They need food, so throw a little bit our way. Venmo, Cash App. Oh, and the little boy has a pimple, but don't tell him. He needs some Noxzema. Or whatever people use, Oxy, whatever kids are using these days for pimples. He's getting pimples. All right, as always, you can join us in person on Mondays over at Bar Nancy. Also join us on Wednesdays at The Bend, starting at 9 o'clock. Join me for karaoke every Thursday and Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock for a little bit more, and then we're going to go back to 10 o'clock. And as I was mentioning in the pregame hangout, I went to bike riding to the Grove, and I went into Sandbar, and I talked to them, and they have assured me that we will be coming back soon. An exact date has not been given, but Sandbar 2021 Trivia Miami will be back. But of course, Alan will be there. I apologize for that ahead of time, but he's part of the package. So it sounds like we're coming back. I don't know if 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, whatever the case may be. As long as that isn't happening, we'll be here, and once that happens, we'll decide what we're going to do with this here. But we got time. We got a few more weeks of this before we decide if we're gonna, do a series finale for this home trivia thing, or if we move it to Tuesday or pre-record and upload or whatever ends up happening. We have about 3, 4, maybe 5 more weeks before we have to decide that. And as always, for now, we're still here on Fridays. Fridays, 7 o'clock, live here from my house. All right, let's get started with tonight's game. It's time now to put your phones in the buckets. Phones in the buckets. Teléfonos en la cubeta. Phones in the buckets. Now, normally, a lot of these questions were already played at both places this week, and you're basically getting the repeat of that. But there are new questions here that I added at the last minute, which means I wrote them really fast, and there may be misspellings and shit like that. If that's the case, I apologize ahead of time. It was stuff maybe I saw in the news as I was getting ready for tonight, and I thought, that'll be funny, and I decided to throw it in. I don't know if I wrote it, because I write fast sometimes, and then I have to look at it again, and I haven't proofread anything. So don't give me shit on the comments about that's not how you spell that, or that's not how you say that, or you missed a period or a comma here or whatever. I don't want to hear it. I don't think the Grove Boys are here anyway, but it doesn't matter. All right, let's get started. Round one. Question one. True or false? Donald Duck's middle name is Fauntleroy. True or false? All right, question two. What is the name of the robot maid on the Jetsons? What is the name of the robot maid on the Jetsons? All right, question three. Which of the seven dwarves did not speak? A, Dopey, B, Grumpy, or C, Sleepy? And which of the seven dwarves did not speak? Dopey, Grumpy, or Sleepy? All right, question four. Which U.S. president once claimed to have been misunderestimated? Which U.S. president once claimed to have been misunderestimated? Mark is in the house. Is Yvette with you? I don't see Yvette there. All right, question five. All the news that's fit to print is the motto of which newspaper? All the news that's fit to print is the motto of which newspaper? All right, question six. Sasha Calle has been announced as the first Latin Supergirl for the upcoming Flash movie. What soap opera is she currently on? A, Days of Our Lives, B, General Hospital, or C, The Young and the Restless? Again, Sasha Calle has been announced as the first Latin Supergirl for the upcoming Flash movie. What soap opera is she currently on? Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, or The Young and the Restless? All right, question seven. What cereal appears to be starting a seafood flavor after a man found shrimp tails inside the box? Again, what cereal appears to be starting a seafood flavor after a man found shrimp tails inside his box? All right, question 8. We're bringing this back. If you don't already know the answer, you haven't been paying attention. Now, mind you, anytime I bring this question up, the answer is always the same thing. And the answer is right in your screen all the time here. You're looking at the answer right now. You don't even realize it if you don't paying attention. But if you have been paying attention, you already know the answer to this. But here's the question tonight. Which City of Miami commissioner has decided to call Billy Corbin Little Billy Cohen and attack him and his family at every commission meeting, which has led to Al Crespo, who had retired from bothering any politicians, to challenge him to a debate at Domino Park? Again, which City of Miami commissioner has decided to call Billy Corbin Little Billy Cohen, because, you know, it's just funny that way. Let's just be anti-Semitic right on the, up on the dice, and attack him and his family at every commission meeting, which has led to Al Crespo challenging him to a debate at Domino Park.
I'm the boss of the boss cause I sign the checks. Got the new Balenciagas and I step on next. Get you a girl that can do both. Set up the meaning, the sex on the table. Able to get the job done. Just set
again, it's always the same answer for this. And the answer's right on your screen right now. If you look closely, it's right there.
I'm a real G, I'ma take that charge. Only real charge that I know is black cards. Money long up to Mars. Fridays I'm pulling out. Little ratchet just for now.
I don't see any misfits here tonight. All right, question 9. In what decade was the McDonald's Happy Meal created? A, 1960s, B, 1970s, or C, 1980s? In what decade was the McDonald's Happy Meal created? 60s, 70s, or 80s?
But the gang don't need the bandana. Got my girls, I'm a winner. And we slay, don't need the damn center. Raise your hand if you're a winner. That was cute, but I could buy my own dinner. Tonight, I don't care if I'm a sinner. And then I start working the sprinter. Cause on Monday, the fun day.
And finally, question 10, everybody's favorite category. Florida or not Florida? I'm going to read a news headline. You need to let me know if you think it's Florida or not Florida. The only two possible answers are Florida, not Florida. Here's the headline. Man calls police after raccoon ransacked kitchen and hid in dishwasher. Was that Florida or not Florida?
Hands up, ladies, throw your hands up. 100 bands up, we don't take no days off. Then I drop it downtown with it, down with it. Drop it to the ground with it, ground with it. Hands up, ladies, throw your hands up. Throw them bands up and don't ask what's in the cup. While I bring it downtown with it, down with it. Drop it to the ground with it, ground with it.
All right, that is the end of round 1. Let's go over the questions one more time in case you missed any. Question 1 was true or false. Donald Duck's middle name is Fauntleroy. Question 2, what is the name of the robot maid on the Jetsons? Question 3, which of the 7 dwarves did not speak? A, Dopey, B, Grumpy, or C, Sleepy? Question 4, which U.S. president once claimed to have been underestimated? Question 5, all the news that's fit to print is the motto of which newspaper? Question 6, Sasha Calle has been announced as the first Latin Supergirl for the upcoming Flash movie. What soap opera is she currently on? A, Days of Our Lives, B, General Hospital, or C, The Young and the Restless? And 7, what cereal appears to be starting a seafood flavor after a man found shrimp tails inside his box? Question 8, my favorite one. If you don't already know the answer, you haven't been paying attention. You know the answer if you've been paying attention. The answer is right in front of you as we speak, but here's tonight's question for this. It's always the same answer. Which City of Miami commissioner, always the same one, has decided to call Billy Corbin Little Billy Cohen because, you know, he's just a hilarious guy, and attack him and his family at every commission meeting, which has led to Al Crespo, who had retired, to come out of retirement pretty much and challenge him to a debate at Domino Park. So who's the asshole commissioner that we are talking about? And again, it's the same one as last time, and the answer is right on your screen right now. Question 9, in what decade was the McDonald's Happy Meal created? A, 1960s, B, 1970s, or C, 1980s? And question 10, Florida or not Florida? The headline reads, man calls police after raccoon ransacked kitchen and hidden dishwasher. All right, please check your own answer sheet, see if these are the answers you want to stick with. Again, any little bit helps. That's my Venmo, that's my Cash App. If you can throw a little bit my way, throw a little bit of that stimulus money this way. I need to feed these kids, and, you know, they look like they're starving from what I can tell, and that one has pimples, so he needs to get some medication. So let's get started with our first round of our Lucky SOB raffle. Oh, shit, Alan's still here. Didn't anybody pick him up? I heard he was at Taurus. How did he get back in the house? Did you let Alan in the house? He's sitting right there again. All right, that's my daughter up there waiting to give my son prizes. My son's somewhere on the side waiting to receive them. She's going to give him a soul. Here we go. All right, it's time to pull out your stubs. It's raffle time. I'll pull a number out of this bucket, and any number I pull out, my son wins. My son will win all the prizes. First round out, it will be a soul. He's getting a soul. We have the following number. 568. 568. Dance.
What time is it?
All right, he won. You didn't. Say with me. Lucky son of a Bernie. All right, next one out. 590. 590. Dance. Got another soul. All right, he won. You didn't. Say with me. Lucky son of a Bernie. And now everybody's favorite prize, one free beer, but he can't drink beer because he's 13. He gets an iron beer. Going out to the following number. 775. 775. Dance.
B stands for Broncos, BMW, Bengals, and the Bell.
All right, he won. You didn't. Say with me. Lucky son of a Bernie. That concludes our Lucky son of a Bernie raffle this round. He'll be back after round 2 and 3 of tonight's game. Can't let it play too long. We'll get copyright strike. All right, let's go over the answers from round 1. Question 1 was true or false. Donald Duck's middle name is Fauntleroy. That is true. Question 2, what is the name of the robot made on the Jetsons? Rosie. It's also the name of our Roomba, the fake Roomba that we have back here. And which of the 7 dwarves did not speak? Dopey. And for which U.S. president once claimed to have been underestimated? W. George W. Bush. Question 5. All the news that's fit to print is the motto of which newspaper? New York Times. Question 6. Sasha Calle has been announced to be as the first Latin Supergirl for the upcoming Flash movie. On what soap opera is she currently on? She's on The Young and the Restless. Question 7. What cereal appears to be starting a seafood flavor after a man found shrimp tails inside his box? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Good. If you're not into Cinnamon Toast Crunch with shrimp flavor, you can always get their alternative flavor, Churros, recommended by Dr. Churro from the band. That's Dr. Churro, which is Churro the tattoo artist when he gets older. And he's Dr. Churro, recommending Churro cereals for Churro. All right. Question 8. If you don't already know the answer, you haven't been paying attention. The question was, which City of Miami commissioner has decided to call Billy Corbin Little Billy Cohen and attack him and his family at every commission meeting, which has led to Al Crespo challenging him to a debate at Domino Park? It is, of course, as always, crazy. Oh, wait, no, let's do it with the echo. Crazy. Racist. Wife-beating. Terracotta tossing. Piece of shit. City of Miami Commissioner Joe Carollo. Come binga! I can't stand him. It's going to be on my grave. Hated Joe Carroyo. Gave shit to the city of Hialeah. Hated Joe Carroyo. Couldn't stand Donald Trump. That's going to be my tombstone when I die. All right, question 9. In what decade was the McDonald's Happy Meal created? The 1970s. Question 10. Florida or not Florida? The headline reads, man calls police after raccoon ransacked kitchen and hidden dishwasher. That was not Florida. That was in Ohio. All right, these questions are 1 point each. So whatever you got right, post that score in the comments. Argue amongst yourselves whether you're cheating or not. Not my problem. Remember, you can join me for in-person play over at Bar Nancy on Monday. Join me on Wednesday at the Bend starting at 9 o'clock. Join me for karaoke Thursday and Saturday starting at 9 o'clock for now. It's going back to 10 soon. And in a couple weeks, maybe soon, maybe later. I have been assured a couple weeks. I heard 3 weeks. I was told 3 or 4, maybe 5. Who knows? Eventually, sooner or later, we're coming back to Sandbar on Fridays. What happens to this home thing? We'll decide that later. But for now, we know that we're going back to Sandbar sooner or later. Oh, Misfits are here. Misfits in the house. And by the way, Alan will be back too, which I'm sorry. I apologize ahead of time because Alan has also been invited to come back. So, and as always, join me here on Fridays. I'm going to take a quick commercial break and I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I love this song. What station is that? Coast 97.3 FM.
Great song. What station is that? It's Coast 97.3 FM.
I love this song.
Me too. What station is that?
Ever wonder what radio station you're listening to? For the most music throughout your workday, listen to South Florida's Coast 97.3 FM. The best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today with less talk.
Grand Prix's new track. Grand Prix is bigger, longer, and faster. Feel the thrill of the hairpin turns, then speed down the long straightaways. Grand Prix. Race your friends in the true spirit of Grand Prix competition racing. Feel the roar of the engines as you race the big challenge on Grand Prix Race-A-Rama. Open 7 days and nights. Take I-95 or exit 12 on the turnpike. Grand Prix on 441 just south of State Road 84 in Fort Lauderdale.
Take your family, go with your friends to good times where fun never ends. Be there. The fair! It's all there. The fair, be there. The fair, be there.
The Dade County Youth Fair and Exposition. Be there.
Imagine the perfect video store. It would have a great selection, right? Right. Over 10,000 videos. 3 evening rentals, so no rush, no hassle. Fast checkout. 24-hour quick drop return. Open late every night. Well, the perfect video store
Welcome to Blockbuster Video.
is popping up all over the country. There's one near you.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference.
And we're back. As far as I see, the Misfits have 7 points. Nobody else posted their scores, so Misfits are in the lead. If you want a higher or lower score than the Misfits, post it in the comments so we have some idea of where everybody is. But right now, let's move on to round 2. It's time again to put your phones in the buckets. Phones in the buckets. Teléfonos en la cubeta. Starting round 2. All right, let's get started. Round 2. Question 1. What came out first, The Professional or True Romance? Both with Gary Oldman. What came out first? All right, question 2. What sport features strikers and sweepers? What sport features strikers and sweepers? right, question 3. What musical artist became the first man to appear solo on the cover of Vogue in 2020? What musical artist became the first man to appear solo on the cover of Vogue in 2020? If you don't know that, you can also answer the other version of this question, which who was the first man to appear on Vogue, which is a different answer, and he did not appear solo, he appeared with his wife. But either one of those two answers, you can get the 2 points. Not 1 and 1, but either answer will give you the 2 points. I'll give you both answers at the end of the question. Obviously, when they give the answers. All right, question 4 is always our anal bum cover. Sorry, an album cover. Whose 1992 album is this the cover for? Just the name of the artist, not the name of the album. Whose 1992 album is that the cover for? All right, question 5. Who was the first rap group to appear on American Bandstand? Who was the first rap group to appear on American Bandstand? All right, question 6 is always our movie clips. I'm going to play a clip from a movie. It was released in 1995. If you know what it is, write it down. I'll play it once with just the sound and once with the words up on the screen. Listen closely.
It's impossible. Lois could never have Superman's baby. Do you think her fallopian tubes could handle his sperm?
One more time.
It's impossible. Lois could never have Superman's baby. Do you think her fallopian tubes could handle his sperm?
What movie is that from? Write it down. All right, question 7. Which president approved the creation of the interstate highway system in the United States? Which president approved the creation of the interstate highway system in the United States?
All I do is stunt till I break a bone. I might go a month in the rest of month. Lemon pepper packs.
Who hasn't been online here with us in a while? Danny. Oh, here he goes to Barracuda now. All right, question 8. What position did Football Hall of Famer Dick Butkus play with the Chicago Bears? In what position did Football Hall of Famer Dick Butkus play with the Chicago Bears? I just want to say Butkus.
Shit get risky, need a sipper.
right, question 9. The island of Lampedusa is the southernmost point of what country? The island of Lampedusa is the southernmost point of what country?
Say what I mean to. All I do is stunt till I break a bone. I might go a month in the rest of month. Lemon pepper pack, snatch it out the bone. Yeah, you know where I'm at. This ain't what you know. No. Bread, give me the bread, give me the champagne so I toast. Give me the bread, give me the bread, give me the champagne so I toast. Give me the bread, give me the bread, give me the champagne so I toast.
Damn, Robinson, it took you a while to get to that. We're almost done with the second round. Now's when I find out you have 9 points. All right, question 10, last question in this round. What original SNL cast member was a drummer in the early days of the band that would become Steely Dan? Okay, what original SNL cast member was a drummer in the early days of the band that would become Steely Dan? Hey. All right, that is the end of round 2. Let's go over the questions one more time in case you missed any. Question 1 was, what came out first, The Professional or True Romance? Both for Gary Oldman. Question 2, what sport features strikers and sweepers? Question 3, what musical artist became the first man to appear solo on the cover of Vogue in 2020? Or you can answer the other question, which is the same topic. Who was the first man to appear on the cover of Vogue magazine, which was not a solo appearance? He was somebody that appeared with his wife. But either way, you can answer one or the other, or both. Either way, you're only going to get 2 points if you get either one of those 2 answers. Makes no difference. I have both answers either way. All right, the Anal Bum cover, whose 1992 album is this the cover for? That is question 5. Who was the first rap group to appear on American Bandstand? Movie clip from 1995. You know, I almost revealed the album cover.
It's impossible. Lois could never have Superman's baby. Do you think her fallopian tubes could handle his sperm?
Question 7. Which president approved the creation of the interstate highway system in the United States? Question 8. What position did Football Hall of Famer Dick Butkus play with the Chicago Bears? Question 9. The island of Lampedusa is the southernmost point of what country? And question 10. What original SNL cast member was a drummer in the early days of the band that would become Steely Dan? All right, please check your own answer sheet, see if these are the answers you want to stick with. That's my Venmo, that's my Cash App. If you could throw a little bit my way, that'll be cool. I know you got that stimulus money. Throw a little stimulus money our way. All right, let's get to the raffle. Where's my daughter is already there waiting. Alan's still here for some reason. And let's get started. All right, it's time to pull out your stubs. It's raffle time. Pull a number out of this bucket, and any number I pull out, my son wins. My son will win all the prizes. My daughter's up there to give him the prizes, which I believe is the Winter Soldier, which is what we're going to watch later. We have to the following number. I still don't think it looks like him. That's a bad bobblehead. 593. 593. Dance. All right, he won. You didn't. Say with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. All right, next one out. Getting a fake phone. We have to the following number, which has no novelty. He has a real phone. 576. 576. Dance.
Lucia. Oh, yeah. Lucia.
Look, your phone matches Alan's shirt. All right, he won. You didn't. Say it with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. Wait for the good part. And finally, everybody's favorite prize, one free beer, but you can't have beer. You can only have iron beer. Going out to the following number. 242. 242. Dance. Si tú vas a por mi casa, right, he won, you didn't. Stay with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. And that's who the lucky son of a Bernie Ralph for this round. He'll be back after round 3. All right, we can't let that play too long either. Now let's go over the answers from round 2. Question 1 was, what came out first, The Professional or True Romance? Both with Gary Oldman. It was True Romance. Question 2, what sport features strikers and sweepers? Soccer. Question 3, what musical artist became the first man to appear solo on the cover of Vogue in 2020? Or the other one you could have answered if you didn't know this one was, who was the first man to appear on the cover of Vogue overall? Well, the 2020, who was the first man to appear on it by himself on the cover, was Harry Styles. First overall, who appeared with his wife who became the first man to appear on Vogue, was Richard Gere, who is right up there with holding a Vaseline in one hand and a gerbil named Aldo in the other hand. And we know Aldo spends a lot of time up Richard Gere's ass. All right, our Ain't No Bum cover was 1992 album was Ministry. Who's the first rap group to appear on American Bandstand? The Sugar Hill Gang. Movie clip from 1995.
It's impossible. Lois could never have Superman's baby. Do you think her fallopian tubes can handle his sperm?
Mallrats. Question 7. Which president approved the creation of the interstate highway system in the United States? Eisenhower. Question 8. What position did football Hall of Famer Dick Butkus play for the Chicago Bears? He was a linebacker. He was definitely not a tight end or a wide receiver. He was a linebacker. A lot of tight ends became wide receivers, though. Question 9. The island of Lampedusa is the southernmost point of what country? Of Italy. I'd like to thank Stanley Tucci and his CNN program for letting me know that one. I watched that on Sunday when they went to Sicily. And this is the southernmost point of Italy, which is part of Sicily. It's all the way by Tunisia. They have some strange foods there as well. What original SNL cast member was a drummer in the early days of the band that would become Steely Dan? That asshole, Chevy Chase. Apparently he's an asshole. All right, these questions are 2 points each, so whatever you got right times 2. Add that to your previous score. That'll give you your running total at this point. Post that score in the comments. Argue amongst yourselves. Remember, you're going to join me on Monday at Bar Nancy starting at 8 o'clock. Join me on Wednesday at The Bend starting at 9 o'clock. Join me for karaoke at 7 Seas Bar every Thursday and Saturday starting at 9 o'clock. And in the upcoming weeks, maybe 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks from now, hopefully by May for sure, we will be back at Sandbar on Fridays. What happens to this home game, we'll find out between now and then. We'll make a decision. Right now, I'm just letting you know that we have positive feedback that we're coming back to Sandbar soon. And unfortunately, Alan will be there as well. So thoughts and prayers to us. We have to deal with him. And I apologize ahead of time. Alan has been invited back. But for now, join me here Fridays. I'm still here on Fridays. So you can join me here until then, until we make a decision. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be back in 2 minutes.
If you're hungry and in the mood for something extraordinary, look for this symbol. And this telephone is the fastest way to Franco's original Italian pizza, day or night. If you live anywhere from Pompano to Hialeah, you can treat yourself to the best in authentic Italian dishes. Franco specializes in dishes from antipasto to veal francesa, all at reasonable prices. This symbol of excellence is in Pompano, Fort Lauderdale, North Miami Beach, North Miami, and Hialeah. Franco is the king of pizza with home delivery day or night.
97 GTR, continuous rock and roll with Herman and McBean mornings.
No more pop scratches and ugly black buildup for these rock and roll animals.
97 GTR, all compact disc rock and roll.
Like ZZ Top, Bruce Springsteen, the Rolling Stones. Herman and McBean, mornings on 97 GTR, continuous rock and roll.
Ay, bendito, se le paró el carro. ¿Y eso cómo fue?
No sé. Yo le había echado coolant, pero se calentó.
Mire, lo voy a ayudar, porque yo tengo un tremendo coolant. Amali. La próxima vez échele Amali. Este sí es un coolant de calidad superior. Porque todos los coolant no son iguales, ¿sabes? Amali es mejor de lo que tiene que ser.
Ah, pero oiga, ¿usted no es irichacón?
Sí, y de coolant, yo sí sé. Exija Amali. Tremendo coolant.
Why settle for some of it when you can get all of it?
Get it all, get to Zare and get it all.
It's gotta be a knockout, so I got to Zare. It's gotta last,
It's got to have a name I know.
so we got to Zare.
Get it all,
It's gotta be a real value.
get to Zare and get it all.
Exciting fashions, famous brands, honest quality, genuine value.
Get to Zare and get it all.
In Miami, se llama Zaire. And we're back. Let's see what we got. No scores posted for round 2. We lost a couple of viewers, and I think Flip 7 in each round so far. So I don't know, is that what? 7 for the first round and then 7 points or 7 questions right? There's a big difference there, Flip. All right. Let's move on to round 3. It's time again to put your phones in the buckets. Phones in the buckets. Teléfonos en la cubeta. Phones in the buckets. We're starting round 3. Round 3. Question 1. Andre Agassi's father represented Iran in the Olympics for what sport? Andre Agassi's father represented Iran in the Olympics for what sport? All right, question 2. Who or what was the first Reich? Who or what was the first Reich? All right, question 3. It's time now to name a celebrity. I'm going to put a picture of a celebrity up there. If you know who it is, write down their real name, not a character name, not a description where you've seen them. Name this celebrity. And her real name, not a character name, not a description where you've seen her.
What a shame, spend so much time caught up in pain. You go insane and run from love when you ought to remain. It's hard to change, kinda sinister. How the smart ones become cynics first. Strong work ethic without the inner work. Pretend the hurt is gone. To stop weeping like willows. Start off soft as pillows and up hard as armadillos. To no feelings, no thoughts, nothing to break through. Working like robots, just like you're made to. That's the whole plot. Cast off the shackles, unpack the past, and the battle unravels. Feel it all. Let the pain overwhelm you. It's crazy like Bellevue, but it got something to tell you. When you hear that secret, it's the key to the lock. Till then, you think you're free, but you're not.
All right, question 4. What U.S. city was originally called Terminus in 1837? What U.S. city was originally called Terminus in 1837?
Negativity got that black hole gravity. Creeping to your solar cavities, drain your battery. Pain and tragedy, leave the world painted badly. Can't see the beauty no more? Change the strategy. To kill the static, to stitch the bad habits. Add gratitude to the mix, it's mathematics. Reprogram to change the default mode. No time to evolve slow. Learn to see thoughts grow, they sure to rise up. Use the past as fertilizer. All of those cracks make a person wiser. You're learning to
All right, question 5, as always are. Jumbo. 7 on the top, 7 on the bottom. Letters are RAMLAWHITSNEIL. Hits an actor, male. Ramlaw hits Neil. Figure it out. All right, hopefully you've either figured this out or wrote this information down on the back of your answer sheet or a separate piece of paper so you can keep working on it. I'm moving on to question 6. All right, starting in 1975, Cuba became heavily involved in a large-scale military intervention in what African country? Okay, starting in 1975, Cuba became heavily involved in a large-scale military intervention in what African country? All right, question 7. What type of animal is the mascot for the Oakland Athletics baseball team? And what type of animal is the mascot for the Oakland A's baseball team? All right, question 8. What country is nicknamed the Land of a Thousand Smiles? What country is nicknamed the Land of a Thousand Smiles?
The monkey's my uncle, I'm slightly evolved. So many puzzles in my psyche to solve. Are we brilliant, building paradise on this planet? Or parasites, a virus just doing damage? Humanity.
All right, question 9. Oh, God, I forgot about this. Pteromeranophobia is the fear of what? Pteromeranophobia is the fear of what?
Now it's 2020. I'm not the man I ought to be, but I'm his understudy. Too many thoughts got my brain like silly putty. And if you're caught up making money, then I feel you, buddy. Trying to escape rage and pessimism with the help of the golden age of television. Don't want to get sucked in, but I can't lie. Those Game of Thrones dragons look pretty damn fly. I can switch to the news and see real battles, but then I feel small and trapped like veal cattle. If you don't see the cage, you don't hear the steel rattle. But in the back of your mind, you still feel shackled. Can't ignore what's knocking at the door. Show me the man the clock is stopping for. No, it keeps spinning, bringing shock and awe till my head spins like B-boys rocking the floor. The monkey's my
All right, question 10. Last question of tonight's game. Something of local history, news, or facts. What former state senator was arrested last week? Was it last week or the week before? Whatever. For an election scam involving planting a shadow candidate to confuse voters back in November. What former state senator was arrested last week for an election scam involving planting a shadow candidate to confuse voters back in November?
Scientists got theories and experiments, but while we're hearing this life, that's mysterious. The religious got stories for the curious, but what I'm hearing does not match experience. Still impressed by small acts of kindness, but the mindless still fall back to blindness. Time is a snake that's eating its tail. It's the highest stakes. I hope that we can prevail for real, cause the art just outweighed the darkness. For every Hitler, there's 5 Charlie Parkers. So when I think human beings should retire, I go back and watch the last season of The Wire. The monkey's my uncle, I'm slightly evolved. So many puzzles.
All right, that is the end of round 3. Let's go over the questions one more time in case you missed any. Question 1 was, Andre Agassi's father represented Iran in the Olympics for what sport? Question 2, who or what was the First Reich? Question 3 is time to name a celebrity. I'm going to put a picture of celebrity up there. Who named that celebrity? Question 3, what U.S. city was originally called Terminus in 1837? Question 5, word jumble. We got 7 on the top, 7 on the bottom. Those are the letters. Hint, an actor, male. Ramlaw hits Neil. Question 6, starting in 1975, Cuba became heavily involved in a large-scale military intervention in what African country? Question 7, what type of animal is the mascot for the Oakland A's baseball team? Question 8. What country is nicknamed the land of 1,000 smiles? Question 9. Theromeranophobia is the fear of what? And question 10, last question of the game, local history, news or facts. What former state senator was arrested last week for an election scam involving planting a shadow candidate to confuse voters back in November? All right, please check your own answer sheet, see if these are the answers you want to stick with. Again, that's my Venmo, that's my Cash App. You want to hook it up, That's where you send it. Now let's get on to the raffle. My daughter's up there waiting till we can watch our show. And I don't know where my son is, and I don't know why Alan is still here. Alan, go home. He's just smirking. He's just staring at me. All right, let's get started. All right, it's time to pull out your stubs. It's raffle time. I'll pull a number out of this bucket, and any number I pull out, my son wins. My son will win all the prizes. My daughter's up there to give him the prize, which I think this time is a Hulk. I guess these are all from the Ragnarok movie. Was Bucky Barnes in Ragnarok? Well, then they're just Marvel in general. Happy Meal, Marvel in general toys. 581, 581, dance. All right, he won, you didn't. Say with me. Lucky son of a Bernie. I can't let that one go. Well, Chris, if you notice, Alan is sitting further up in the chair in front of my desk, and my daughter's in the back of the room. So we don't let Alan go back there, and I tell her not to come forward, but if they want to throw things at him, that's fine. All right, next one out. They could also kick his ass right there. 583, 583. Dance.
Moviendo la cadera, moviendo la cadera, moviendo la cadera, moviendo la
All right, he won, you didn't. Say with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. They both have Darth Vader toys. She pulled one from my collection up there. All right, finally, everybody's favorite prize, one free beer, but you can only have iron beer. Oh, look, she found her cat. Throw the cat at Alan. He's right in front of you. 590, 590. Dance. All right, he won, you didn't. Say with me. Lucky son of a Bernie, and that concludes our Lucky son of a Bernie raffle tonight's game. Alan, go home. All right. Let's go over the answers from round 3. Question 1. Andre Agassi's father represented Iran in the Olympics for what sport? In boxing. Question 2. Who or what is the First Reich? The Holy Roman Empire. Question 3 is to name this celebrity. This time, according to where I get my sources, it's supposed to be Jessica Chastain. I can't prove that. I still am not sure if that's Jessica Chastain or if that's Bryce Dallas Howard. But last time I picked the picture from where the Bryce Dallas Howard pictures were, and this time I picked the picture from where the Jessica Chastain pictures are. Either way, I'm not sure, but this one is supposed to be Jessica Chastain. Question 4. What U.S. city was originally called Terminus in 1837? Atlanta. Not fair to the cat. And his glaring would kick that cat. Word jumble. 7 on top, 7 on the bottom. Those are the letters. It is William Shatner. He is the answer for today's word jumble. He also stars in one of the worst movies ever made. Star Trek, the movie. Horrible, boring, too long. All right, question 6. Starting in 1975, Cuba became heavily involved in a large-scale military intervention in what African country? Angola. 7. What type of animal is the mascot for the Oakland A's baseball team? Elephant. Why? I have no idea. The cat's coming back. Question 8. What country is nicknamed the land of 1,000 smiles? Thailand. Now, not all those smiles are originally smiles. They originally, they got converted into smiles. You got to be careful what you go for in that country. All right, question 9. That is the fear of flying. And question 10. What former state senator was arrested last week for an election scam involving planting a shadow candidate to confuse voters back in November? Frank Artiles. Frank Artiles, there his name is. All right, these were 5 points each, so whatever you got right times 5, post that along with your previous score together as a running total. We'll figure out who won this game. Remember, you can join me Monday at Bar Nancy in Little Havana starting at 8 o'clock. Wednesday at the Bend starting at 9 o'clock. Join me Thursday and Saturday at Seven Seas Bar for karaoke at 9 o'clock. And Sandbar will be back soon. It'll be back in a couple weeks, hopefully soon, 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks. And unfortunately, Alan will be there, so I apologize ahead of time. But in the meanwhile, until that happens, for sure, we'll be here on Fridays at home. We'll decide what we do with this home edition once we know for sure we're going back over there. All right, I'm going to take one last commercial break, and I'll be back in 2 minutes.
The largest Toyota sale.
He's never going to be done.
Up here. Focus. We only have a couple of seconds.
Would you get it ready, please? Come on, man, go.
Oh, I'm Paul Castronovo. This is Young Ron Brewer from 94.9 Zeta. Catch our morning show weekdays starting at 6. Remember, the only way to hear our very local, informative, and entertaining program is to listen to 94.9 Zeta.
Don't forget about the animal displays.
Oh, yeah, we promise no more live animal displays because last Thanksgiving we messed up a turkey really bad.
Good heavens.
I know it.
Come enjoy the rides and the wonderful lights, food, rides, and so much more. All the Christmas spirit you find it here. On Palmetto, Bird Road at Tropical Park. One price, all rides free.
You know why I come to Lum's, good buddy? They grill the steaks just perfect. And the fish fried dinner is so tender and delicious. I love the juicy roast beef sandwich piled high with that thinly sliced roast beef. I like it when Mommy and Daddy take me to Lum's. The burgers are great. You and your kids get a better choice when you choose Lum's.
You get a choice. You get a better choice when you choose Lum's.
Compact disc sale of the year. Thousands of titles for only $8.99. All types of music. Rock, country, soul, jazz, classical, vocal, big band, pop. Hundreds of artists. Something for everyone. CDs for only $8.99. Come into Peaches now while the best selection's available.
All right, let's see. We got Misfits for 66. Kevin's got 53. Nobody else posted their scores, so I guess Misfits win. Either way, thanks for coming, joining us. As far as I'm concerned, you're all winners for joining us every week, and hopefully in a couple weeks we go see each other in person. If you want to see me before that, you can come see me at Bar Nancy or The Bend. Remember, you can follow us at Trivia Miami on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also find this entire game on YouTube later with the intro parts cut out. But most of the game from the intro, from the introduction song forward, stays the same. As always, thoughts and prayers to Linda, who keeps dropping him off here every week, and I got to keep sending him back. Alan is still hanging around. He'll be back at Sandbar once we go back there. And up at the Bend, you know, we all say together.
Fuck Hector.
And everybody all together at once.
Fuck Hector. Fuck Hector. Fuck Hector. Fuck Hector. Fuck Hector.
No ha habido ni papel de trolle para limpiarse el culo.
Again, that's my Venmo, that's my Cash App. Any little bit helps. Thanks, everybody, for joining me tonight. I'll be back here next Friday. If not, join me in person, as I already mentioned, in the places I already mentioned. And hopefully we'll be back at Sandbar soon. Have a good weekend. See you next week. And if I see you on the street, say hi. Good night, everybody. Have a good night. And now let Cox on the Radio sign us off.
Have yourself a real nice day.
God damn it, Alan. Why are you still here?
Want to smile some? Listen to Power 96.